Now, how does this genetic makeup expresses itself in an individual? These changes inside the body are basically visible after hitting puberty. The phenotype in such individuals would be basically male, tall, with elongated lower legs and forearms, but with a feminine body shape and a low muscle mass. There is gynecomastia in 1/3 of the population, and risks of osteoporosis and breast cancers also increases with this development of gynecomastia in these individuals. Now, patients may have small, soft testes, less than 10 ml or less than 2 centimeters. Most are sterile or produce few sperms because of the atrophy of the seminiferous tubules in these patients. Moreover, testicles and penis remain small, and there is a low libido, which is basically a decreased sex drive in these individuals, and impotence is also sometimes reported in the patients. Now, what would the labs tell you about such individuals? The blood tests would show a high gonadotrophin, that is, the LH and FSH levels would be high, and low testosterone levels on the other hand. Pubic, axillary, and chest hair are sparse. That is basically the cause that daily facial shaving is rarely necessary for such patients. As we discussed earlier that IQ is rarely affected, it is somehow 10 to 15 points reduced, representing around 1% of men in institutions for the learning disabilities. In addition to these major clinical features, the affected individuals might experience these rare features as well that I'll be explaining, but they're extremely rare, but might prove helpful in the diagnosis. Now, these rare features include scoliosis, which is basically this sideward deviation of the spine, as you can note here. Then the patient might present to you with emphysema, which is basically the alveolar damage. Another complication is the varicosities of the veins. Now, what do you mean by this? It basically means the dilatation of the veins, specifically on the dependent parts of the body, that is the legs. Now, due to these varicosities, the patient might suffer from ulcerations as well. Another complication would be the development of diabetes mellitus in the course of time. Or either the patient can also develop thyroid problems, which are also quite common. Almost 8% of the patients develop diabetes mellitus. If we talk about the etiology, then around 15% show 46XY, 47XXY mosaicism. Differentiated genetic makeup is basically termed as mosaicism. So the mental deficiency and physical abnormalities increase with the number of supernumerary X chromosome. Basically, as the number of X increases in the genetic makeup, the symptoms would be exaggerated in an overall clinical picture in these patients. Klinefelter syndrome presents in childhood with specific problems such as clumsiness, learning difficulties, and poor verbal skills. It's very important to note down these specific signs and symptoms in children because an early diagnosis can be very beneficial for the patient's outcome.